Today we are going to read a story related to sports because it is the unit's name, isn't it? Sports. What do you need for winning a game? What is the main reason? Yes, practice. Whatever we like to do, we should practice perfectly. Perfect practice only needed. So in this story also, we are going to see about a person, how he makes himself a perfect man. One day he said, practice makes a perfect man. Now, I am going to tell you the story in brief. Afterwards, we can read the story, right? This is a story of a man called Uttaman. He was an archer and could perform wonderful feats of archery. Do you know archery? The skill of using the bows and arrows. He could center of the target even though it was very far. He has that skill. But he was a show-off man. What is the meaning show-off? He is a little bit proud. No, he wants everyone to admire his skills. One day, as usual, he was shooting arrows. A big crowd was standing around him and cheered him. But one old man neither clapped nor cheered. He told, "It is just a matter of practice." These words of this old man irritated Uttaman. He then challenged the old man, but the old oil seller calmly said, everything was a matter of practice. He said, I am a simple old oil seller, but I achieved some skill in filling the gourds. What are gourds? Have you seen this thing, children? We used to call bottle gourds, isn't it, on vegetable? So these people used to clear everything and take off that thing inside the gourds and used to fill oils in that. So like that he was having one god with him. Uttaman mocked at him and asked him to show his skills. The old man kept a coin which has a hole in the center of the gourd. He took oil in the ladle and began to pour it from a height. The oil went straight into the gourd through the hole in the coin. Have you imagined, children? He kept a gourd and kept a coin with a hole in its center over the gourd and the mouth of the gourd. Then at some height, he was pouring the oil. The oil straight away went into the gourd without making a mark on the coin. After finishing, he took the coin and showed there was no trace of oil on that. Can you imagine? Yes, the crowd was shocked in silence. And also Uttaman, he was also very surprised and said, you have taught me something means a lesson. You have taught me a lesson today, he said. He accepted his failure. So from the story, what do we learn? We should not judge a book by its cover. We should not judge a book by its cover. What's the meaning? We should not judge anybody by their external appearance. நம்ம சொல்லுவோம்ல, யாரையும் வெளி தோற்றத்தை வச்சு நம்ம என்ன செய்யக்கூடாது? ஜட்ஜ் பண்ணக்கூடாது. அவங்கள என்ன செய்யக்கூடாது? நம்ம இவங்க இப்படி தான் இருப்பாங்க அப்படின்னு யாரையும் சொல்லக்கூடாது அப்படின்றது. It is clearly proved in this lesson. Right. Shall we read the lesson now? Right. Practice makes a man perfect. Long ago, there was an archer named Uttaman. During his time, the forests and animals filled the lands. He was a skilled archer and could perform wonderful feats of archery. Feats mean skills. He could hit the center of the target precisely no matter how far the target was. He was also a show off. He liked to show his skills for the crowds to admire. One day, as usual, he was shooting arrows at the targets. The admirers watched in awe. Awe means in wonder. ஆன்னு எல்லாரும் வாயை திறந்து பார்த்துட்டு இருக்கிறாங்க. At that time, a man with a beard as white as snow, carrying oil gods, joined the crowd and stood at the back. As Uttaman finished, the crowd clapped and cheered for him, except the oil seller. He neither clapped nor cheered. Suddenly, with a deep and loud tone, he said, "It's just a matter of practice." Uttaman got annoyed. Annoyed meant irritated. He got angry. The irritated Uttaman asked, "Are you an archer? Do you think anyone can do what I do?" The old man said calmly, "No, sir, I am not an archer. I don't doubt your skills. All I said was that everything was a matter of practice." Uttaman was red in anger. "What do you know to pass such comments on others? Who are you?" "Sir, there is no reason to be angry. I am a simple oil seller. I am sure you must have guessed that by seeing my gods. I fill these gods with oil and sell them. Over the years, I have achieved some skill in filling the gods. If you allow, I will show it to you," said the old man. Uttaman, in a mocking tone, said, "Show me your skills." Everyone was curious. Curious means very eager to know what the old man is going to do. They wanted to see what would happen next. The crowd inched closer to get a clear view of the oil seller. Unfazed by the crowd and by habit, the oil seller was calm. He was not disturbed by anybody's movement or anybody's cheer or anybody's clap. He was very calm. He patiently placed an empty god on the ground. He then placed a small coin on the mouth of the god. The small coin, made of copper, had a small hole at its center. The oil seller stood up, took small oil in his ladle, and began to pour into the god through the hole in the coin. When the oil seller had finished filling the god, he lifted the coin. He showed people that the coin did not have any trace of oil. The crowd was shocked to silence. Then one person cheered, and soon the entire crowd burst into a loud cheer for the oil seller. The oil seller smiled and said, "As I told, there is nothing special about it. It's only a matter of practice." Uttaman was just as surprised as the crowd. He smiled and said, "You have taught me something today. Thank you." See the children, we also, some days we must be also very proud of what we are, what about our talents. We should not be proud because nobody knows everything, isn't it? Nobody says that I know everything, nobody is equal to me. Not like that. And sometimes even the older people, they know more about us. So we should not, what proverb I told, don't judge a book by its cover. யாரையும் என்ன செய்யக்கூடாது, அவங்களோட தோற்றத்தை வச்சு நம்ம இவங்க இப்படி தான் அப்படின்னு சொல்லி எடை போடக்கூடாது. ஓகே, do you understand? I think you also learnt a lesson from this story. Go through the passages and do the activity at the back. Choose the correct answer. Uttaman was skilled in dash. They have given 3 answers: painting, archery, dance. The old man was carrying dash, gods of oil, gods of milk, gods of water. The old man is dash, a vegetable vendor, an oil seller, a merchant. Fourth one, the old man put dash on the mouth of the god. A piece of paper, a small coin, a small stick. Right. Do this and I will give you the answers for these questions later. Right. Now, go through the lesson. This is just for your reading. Learn all the new words. Take your dictionary and search for the meanings and find out and write it in your notebooks. This is for you to read, not for the teacher to make you read. This is your own pleasure in reading. Okay. Thank you, children.